They've got to be so disciplined in the pits. They get themselves now into the 2x2 Noah's Ark formation. Luka Ludwig there, thumbs up, ready to go. Peter Zakowski looks on, Wolfgang Land looks on. The teams study the data once the race gets underway, but now all they can do is hope that the cars get safely through the first few corners. It's a very busy grid. So the field turning its way up towards the Ari Line-Dyke box. It's a great sight as well, a full grid of GT3 cars. Audi, Mercedes, Porsche, Bentley, BMW, the top 7 on the grid. 1 hour of racing. Set, ready to go. The cars accelerate up towards the line. Round 11 of the ADAC GT Masters is go! Great start by Conor De Filippi, who leads the way down towards the Tarzan hairpin for the first time. Renault leans on Ash. Round the outside goes David Young, but Robert Renault then lent on the Mercedes. Thankfully, there wasn't really much damage done, but let's see whether that has forced any drama to the suspension or indeed to the tyres, if there was a puncture, a slow puncture created by that bit of a rub between Renault and Ash on the way down to the Tarzan hairpin. Renault is up to second, Ash third, down to fourth, having run wide at Tarzan is David Young. They work their way now through the Hugenholz box for the first time. You can see what big cars they are and what a narrow track in parts Zandvoort is. So Conor De Filippi, ex-Formula Ford 1600 racer, American single-seater gun, and now having spent time in the German Carrera Cup, he is the man leading the way. New to GT racing this year, the start is under investigation, however. The story may not yet be over, even about the run to the first corner, as there's a challenge being made up. Let go spectacularly, and look, the danger is that there's going to be liquid down the pit straight. Has one big belch of white smoke and another and another and another, and I fear there's more to come. So flame as well on that one, black smoke as well as white smoke. So the engine of Koyala's Lamborghini has let go spectacularly, and we've already got one Lamborghini that's had to make a pit stop with a bit of damage. Now there's one that's out of the race. That is the case a long time to get all the cement dust down. You need marshals from other posts to get there and meet in the middle effectively. You can't have just one team of marshals trying to work their way around the corner to do it. Christopher Hasser in the overalls all smiles. I think he realises that we might have quite a few laps under the safety car here. As soon as the safety car has turned its way through the next couple of corners, the run down to the Hans Ernst box, the lights will go out. It will continue at its pace into the pit lane, but you can anticipate then that Conor De Filippi slows the pack right down in order to bunch them all up around him and then try and steal a march on Robert Renault. But if Renault is as feisty on the restart as he was at the original start, the rolling start, then don't discount the Porsche. All of the cars within the top 4 have been winners this year. The first non-winner is 5th, the Fabian Hamprecht driven Bentley. So let's see what pans out as the field turns its way then now up towards the conclusion of lap number 7. The weather forecast for the day, incidentally, was that it was going to be wet and windy. Well, the wind has certainly picked up, but the sun has come back. When the previous race was on for the F4 single-seaters, it was pretty grey. So now look over the brow, coming down towards the Hans Ernst box. Lights are out atop it as the field weaves around to generate the warmth into the rubber. Conor De Filippi versus Robert Renault. 2 safety car periods we have had, and 33 minutes and 46 seconds to go. Down they come. De Filippi will slow them all up and then try and sprint away now, which he does exactly the same place as last time on the restart. Sebastian Ash sets off in pursuit of Renault. David Yarn sets off in pursuit of the Mercedes, looking back from Ash at Yarn. So who comes in? Let's see. Through the Ari Line-Dyke box, who picks this time? It's going to be Ash in, it's going to be Yarn, it's going to be Hamprecht, so 3rd, 4th, 5th all come in. And then by the look of it, Gounod is in as well. So earlier stops being operated from Zach Speed and Bernhardt. It is Gounod who has come in. Christian Frankenhout is in, first of the second stint drivers out on track. And the clock ticking away to show the pit stop time for those that have come in. Remember, if you're under that 65 seconds, you're in trouble. If you're much over it, you're just wasting time. So the clock ticks down. then the penalty will come. So, on track, staying out, it is Conor de Felipe ahead of Robert Renard. Up into third place now is Marvin Deans, remember, with people peeling into the pit lane ahead. Fourth, it is Jordan Pepper. Fifth is Jesse Krohn, and sixth is Frederic Verviche. But Robert Renard is really taking the battle now to Conor de Felipe. The Audi starting to move around a little bit more ahead as he's on the limit. Down to the Masters box. Turn right. Through turn 9, the Renault box. Turn 10 is next as Renard hustles on, tries to find a way into a challenging position against the Audi, but he's not there yet as the cars sprint their way. They're now down towards the Hans Ernst box. This is lap number 15. We're just about at halfway. 30 minutes still to run as they get to the braking area here. Through they turn. And a replay here leads Jesse Krohn by 5 seconds at the moment. Krohn inheriting second as everybody else has peeled into the pit lane ahead of him, but Conor de Felipe can't be far away. The pit window will close in just under 2 minutes anyhow, so he's got to be pretty precise about this. I would imagine the car's got to be in this lap to make absolutely sure. Conor de Felipe for Land Motorsport comes out of the Arie Luyendyk box into the pit lane, and so now let's see how close that car is going to be to the 65-second mark. The clock has started. Look at the graphic. It starts to count down from 65 as he comes down the pit lane now. Also in is Jesse Krohn. You've got to be in this time, really, so you are guaranteed the stop within the window. So it's 65 seconds, line to line. Out gets Conor de Felipe. In we'll get Christopher Mies. Another weekend, another GT Championship, another co-driver, another Audi. But he's so good, Christopher Mies. But there, though, away goes Christopher Mies up towards the line. Comes Kevin S. It's going to be very close indeed. They're going to be side by side at Tarzan. The Porsche on the outside line takes the lead. Kevin S. goes through, goes wide. Can he get the car turned in? Yes, he can. Kevin S. takes over the race lead. Brilliant stuff on the pit stops from the Timo Bernhardt Porsche team. There's a drive-through penalty being offered, not to either of the leaders, but to number 55 for a pit stop violation. That bit has had an absolutely faultless drive in this second stint. It's going to be a third win of the year for David Yarn and Kevin Est. The Porsche of Timo Bernhardt's team wins round 11 of the ADAC GT Masters. Second is the Audi of Land Motorsport. Christopher Mies brings it home. Conor de Felipe started it, and their third, Robert Renard and Martin Ragginger, did a very good job in a one-off outing in Baku for McLaren, and that's what instantly got him a McLaren factory drive. But Porsche has always kept a close eye on him and came calling at the end of last year. So Kevin Est back into the Porsche ranks. Conor de Felipe in the black Pirelli cap, and Christopher Mies out of the car taking second place. Perhaps a bit frustrated that it wasn't a race win, but they should be content with a good result and, of course, closing up in the championship. And Conor de Felipe. And then the third place drivers will be next. And that means that out will come Martin Ragginger and Robert Renard. With the drivers on the podium. So we will now have, in a moment, the representative of the Bernhardt team, and then there will be the national anthem for the winning team.
Conor always holds his hat like that.
Top step for Kevin Est and David Yarn. Tremendous trophy of the Zandvoort circuit, and they get one each. That's one way of remembering your win, isn't it? That's an impressive old trophy, that. And here at Zandvoort, Kevin Est and David Yarn, the race winners for second place. The trophies being presented to Christopher Mies and Conor de Filippi to receive his Zandvoort trophy as well. And then the third place drivers at the far end, namely Robert Renauer and Martin Raginger, will receive their trophies in a moment or two. Porsche 1-3. I think Raginger might be a bit frustrated that he could never claw back the time against the top two. But there will be a few teams, I suspect, pondering all of this in anticipation of qualifying for tomorrow's race. So now the drivers get together on the top step of the podium. And the team's trophy, the Satina clock, goes to Bernhardt Motorsport. And so now we have the champagne sprayed at the end of race one of the weekend in the ADAC GT Masters.